so early, they then sit back a little bit.
Do you think, you say if it clicks for France or if it clicks for Mbappe? Because actually in the last 2 games, he's not really been that impressive, has he?
No, he's been quiet. We saw in flashes. It's a bit like when we talk about Messi. Messi's 35, so we know he's restricted in how often he can influence the game. He has to pace himself, and he chooses his moments, and he's been brilliantly effective when he's chosen those moments. He's been disappointing the last couple of games, particularly in the knockout stages. Yes, he's had his moments, but they've not been enough of them for me, because he's a young man who's fit as you like, so he should be involved in the game a lot more than he is. I mean, today he just walked about half the game, hardly got involved in it.
Is it also maybe the experience still, that he's still young?
Oh, he's vastly experienced, Ruud.
Yeah, but it's still young, you know.
Champions League.
And it's not as easy as people think it is, you know. I know that
but
people are expecting
still
a lot.
do things.
Yeah, like
it shows glimpses like that.
This is a glimpse, eh?
This is it.
This is a glimpse, you know, and goals comes out of it.
I think for me also in there, when you're playing 5 at the back as well, there's no space at all. So then when you look at the likes of Messi, he can drop into that midfield area, get on the ball and turn and create something. I'm not sure Mbappe's that one, so there's no real space behind it. It then becomes a lot difficult for him. What I'd like to see from him is maybe drift in the middle at times, drift out over the right side and maybe try your luck down there.
Do you think, John and Ruud, do you think what he did in the last 15, 20 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes, when they shifted him, they took Giroud off and they put him in, is there a possibility that that's something they could do more often with Mbappe to get him involved? So let's say if Benzema's not as young as he might be, and we don't know how he's going to come back. Giroud is certainly 36. So they're missing a front man like that. Could he play top end of the pitch regularly?
I think it's not his best, because he needs space, and if you're on top of it, you don't have that so much. So therefore, he will. Remember when Henry did the same?
Yeah.
He plays up front, but he goes always to the left. He drifts to the left. I like that. So that could be something that he could do. Nevertheless, I think they have so much potential in the French national team. There's so many players who can play up front and are quick, and yeah, that is their strength. I think to myself, Argentina has watched this game, and they think to themselves, okay, they have the quality. Maybe they saw how dominant Morocco was when they played with 5 in the back. Okay, really dominant. Would they not thinking of doing it the same, like they did with Holland? Remember, the same. They did it. They played well against Holland. It could be, yeah.
It could be.
It could be.
It is something that he's done during the game as well.
Yes.
Argentina.
Because they saw when they went to 4 in the back, then all of a sudden they had control back, much more of the ball, and so therefore Argentina is watching this game, learn a lot about this game. So therefore, it's going to be interesting to see how this final is going to be.
But do you think, John, you said you felt you've been disappointed in France. I have a little bit been disappointed. You know, I thought they played quite well against Australia opening game. They looked good, they looked bright, they looked bubbly. But then they've not kicked on for me. I agree with you. Do you think a performance like that is going to be good enough to beat Argentina on Sunday?
No, I'm not sure it is. I don't know if they shied away from the ball. I don't know whether the goal too early killed them a little bit. We said in the group stage as well, not been too many teams that have strung 2 or 3 really good performances together. No, Argentina just look a little bit stronger than this French side for me. Like I say, if all goes well for France and it clicks, I think they're the better side, I really do. But I've not seen them get to that level yet.
Did Morocco gamble too much with players that weren't fit? Saiss being arguably the best example of that.
Hindsight will say yes. Saiss lasted 21 minutes. Mazuri lasted, 45, came off at half-time.
It's very evident here, wasn't it, Saiss was going to have to go off.
Yeah, I mean, if Giroud's running away from you, then you have got a problem. No, you have, haven't you? And it's no disrespect, but you know what I'm saying? Olivier Giroud's not Benzema, he's not Mbappe. Then he ran away from Saiss there as if he wasn't there. So we knew right then, look, I'm trying to get back in there. He hasn't got a hope. They gambled with him big time, really gambled. But Mazuri, I don't know, but he didn't last. So that meant they had to play basically the whole of the second half with just one, Hakimi, one of the back 4 they would have wanted to have played. So that was where they were unlucky. They lost important players for them that you could have done with having fit and playing tonight.
But they played still. I think they just miss the final touch. They
Just-
were a little
just-
bit wild with
I think they had that one chance, didn't they? The
Yes.
nine Hamidullah.
Just
had that
big
chance late on.
moment. They just didn't quite drop their way, did it?
No.
This is a good save, by the way.
Yeah, they didn't. And often, in football at this level, at the highest level, penalty boxes are the difference.
Yeah.
If you don't make mistakes or don't get lucky, like France got lucky, and scoring goals, that's why countries like the African countries sometimes have struggled, because they don't really have that great goal scorer that the Europeans and the South Americans have had over the years. And that's the toughest area. Whatever we think, that's the hardest thing to do in football still, scoring goals regularly. They had plenty of pressure, plenty of the ball, but not quite the quality.
This was a big chance. He's got to slide him in there, and
Yeah.
Oh, why not? Yeah, selfish. Striker,
Choices,
huh?
isn't it? Choices, decision making.
Yeah.
that's a big moment. That
And can I say something? For me, Griezmann, man of the match. He was everywhere. He was, getting back, holding the ball. Not man of the match in sense of the whole match. He was man of the match for
Like
the
stuff like
French.
this. He's up there.
for the French.
He's up there with the right back. We're trying to
Yes.
help him out there. See this little thing here, a
also-
deflection here at the other end, and France have scored.
Yes.
Morocco, no. And it's is the word minutiae of everything.
Yes, just those small
Like that,
moments.
John?
I love
Yes,
that, yeah.
like that,
I love
like
that.
that,
I'm gonna
Rudy?
store
You
that,
love
yeah.
that? I like minutiae. Sometimes it is the minutiae that decides a football match.
Look at those stats. We didn't think that they would
No,
boss
no,
possession, did we?
No.
well, they haven't in any of their previous games at all. Even against, I think, Canada. I think there was 41% possession.
But if you are France, you think to yourself, okay, we struggled, but we still managed to get through. The opposition maybe doesn't know how good we really can be. So therefore, but there's a lot of work to be done.
Is it just me that's still bothered by an incident in the first half when I felt that Morocco perhaps should have had a penalty and not picked up a yellow in this incident? This strikes me as being an odd decision by the ref. I thought there was more of an offence for Morocco in that than there was France. Am I alone?
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking, but he took it.
Yeah, but
Look,
that's a pen.
yeah, but he has the ball.
I know, that's the only
He
thing I would
glides
say with
through.
Ruud, is that
Unlucky.
if Buffal had the ball,
Yes.
then I think you would have a really good argument. But the fact that it's the defender who wins the ball, then the collision. I know what you're going to say,
Let
though.
me just go back to last night.
I know what
when
you're
the
going to say.
keeper
No, the
conceded
difference
the
was
penalty.
Alvarez had the ball and poked it past the
No,
goalkeeper. Yeah, he did.
the ball had gone past the goalkeeper last night. I just look,
But the keeper's not got a touch there last night, and I think the defender's actually got a touch there. So it's.
and then he's cleaned him out.
But I don't think we can take that from the game. As a defender being there, I'd be devastated if that's given against
Yeah,
me.
I agree, John.
By the way, do we have somebody here in the studio who can give us?
Mike Dean's been watching all of this with us.
He's anxious to come in.
Put your thumb up, Mike. You're not having that, no?
No, well done, Mike.
No.
Hey, that's the first time I've agreed with Mike in 25 years. Me and you both. See, I think if Buffal flicks that over him, right?
Yeah.
Just flicks it
Then-
over him
then it-
and
yeah.
then gets hit like that, then it's a
Yeah.
penalty all day long. But I think the fact defender gets it, that changes it for me.
So if you were a referee, you would give it.
I'd have given them that because I think Morocco deserved it, yeah.
And that's
But
why
what I would
you're
say,
not a referee.
what I would say, it wasn't a booking. It wasn't a booking anyway. It was just a coming
No,
together.
yeah.
The
That
booking's
was-
neither here nor there.
No,
is
it's
it? But
not,
I just wondered if anybody in the Morocco camp might at some stage tonight look
They
back on
didn't.
that and say,
They might.
No,
we
they
were hard
didn't.
done by.
They might.
No, they didn't.
I think they would be wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, big moment in the game.
Isn't it? A huge moment.
but not your.
I think they got it right.
Yeah.
They got it right.
Yeah, I agree.
Winners tend to grind as well as entertain, don't they? Are France going to be concerned that they haven't yet found their best form? Or are they going to be fairly comfortable that they're back in a final without having done so?
I think they'll be very comfortable because it doesn't matter how you get there at times. I think they'll actually look back and they'll probably be quite pleased with how they've got there, knowing they've got that extra level, that extra gear to go to. And I think we've spoke about the front four before the game. It's not really clicked tonight either. Potential, if it does click for those front four, should be too much for Argentina for me.
Do you?
Yeah. I think that the weakness in France is a little bit the midfield. I think they don't support them as good as they do. They don't get the ball so easy from the opposition. I'm concerned about that part more. That's why Griezmann has to help them a lot all the time. And in the back, it's okay, I think. But I think midfield is.
I think Rabiot's important for them as well.
Yes, you want him fit again.
Yeah.
But I think when he had an illness, so if he's not feeling well, stomach upset, something like that, he should be okay for the weekend.
Has Griezmann done? You said tonight, man of the match. Has he done what N'Golo Kante tends to do? Perhaps not quite as well. But made that blow less severe.
He takes responsibility. There was one moment he took a corner kick, and there were some players who wanted to go forward, and he said, "No, you're not going forward," because he saw two strikers of Morocco in up front. So he said, "No, you stay there." So that's a leader. That's somebody who recognized danger. And I think he was there all the time. I think he cleared how many balls also from crosses from the opposition. And he's a front man. Eh?
Well, not anymore. He's not.
No, but the thing is, he works so hard. Sometimes I want to see how much he runs in a game. I think it must be a lot.
Do you know, he's playing like a player who's had a frustrating season, isn't he? With his club. Yes. He's been released. Yeah. He's back with his mates now, playing at international level, and it looks like that to me.
Yeah. Fantastic team player. Fantastic team player. And it's good to have a player like him. But I think midfield for France is a worry for me.
Is it a genuine worry?
No, today I saw. It was a worry. Of course, they missed then a type as Kanté, who is energetic and nicks the ball of the opposition. He puts pressure, and I think they didn't put any pressure to the oppositions, these two in the middle, and I was a little bit disappointed about that.
Okay. Well, it is Argentina then in the final in Lusail, of course, on Sunday.